She laughs. Yeah, of course she does. But first things first, she turns to Naoki and places her palms together, almost as if she's in prayer. I need a little favour, brother dearest. He frowns. Every time you say that, we do something illegal. Well, it's for a good cause. You always say that too. I suppose I do. She smiles widely, showing off her teeth in a cheesy grin. But you'll help, right? He sighs. What do you want? When you guys first opened Mr. Orton's office, you saw Sophia's security code, right? Naoki looks around apprehensively. It seems he already knows where this conversation is going. He could just lie, but clearly not that manly. Well, we're just going to try a little experiment to see if it works on other doors, like the one in the security room. She folds her arms across her chest and draws her back up. She paces between Naoki and I like a great general giving orders. I'll distract Kevin while Can turns the power off. Kevin will no doubt head to the basement to fix the problem. Once the power is back on, Naoki will use Sophia's code to get the two of you access to the security room. I'll stall Kevin for long enough for you two to get a quick look. See what you can get, then get out of here. Got it? Naoki sighs, he looks resigned. Got it. Aki turns and looks at me expectantly. Yeah, got it. I try not to sound too resentful. It's not an entirely terrible plan, but I don't like having Aki boss me around. Good then, wait for my signal. Oh god, I really want to ask Gursky about those papers. Oh, whatever. Aki strides down the hallway and knocks on the door to the security room. After a few moments, Kevin opens it and lets her inside. Alright, Can, you're up. As soon as Aki starts speaking, I turn and walk down the hallway with long, quick strides. I hurry past the row of doors and I quickly make my way down to the basement. Once I arrive at the basement, I flip all the switches off. The room plunges into darkness. Good job, now get out and quick. Okay, I race up the stairs and duck into the bathroom. Outside I can hear muffled voices. Aki is talking to Kevin about something as she follows him down to the basement. After a few seconds, the lights flicker back on. At the same time I hear the basement door slam shut. Alright guys, get going. Oh, this is a terrible idea. We're not even going to be able to get out without Kevin, so he's probably going to see us in there. What we're going to do now, though, is we're just going to save it. I feel like it's a bad idea. I crack the door to the bathroom open slowly. In the hallway, Naoki is already busy punching in a string of numbers into the security pad. His fingers race over the buttons, tapping each one in even rhythm. The box beeps softly and the door opens. The two of us leap through it and begin our search through the meagre contents of the security room. Aha. First of all, we're going to look at the screen. It's a normal computer board. Bunch of lines of code. The main entrance. The door leads this house. What was that? A luxurious looking bedroom. Very nice. Living room. The basement. The upstairs hallway. The main staircase. Not much going on. What's in here? Some sort of recording device. A phone. Oh, come on, there's got to be something. The hard drive? I kneel beside the computer to inspect it. It looks like it was custom built, but there's nothing suspicious about it. As I stand up, I notice a yellow bit of cardboard sandwiched between the computer and the glass desk. What's this? I pull it out gently. It's a folder stuffed with papers. This looks promising. Can, Naoki, we're out of time. Get out of there. I roll up the papers quickly and stuff them under my shirt. Naoki and I make a mad dash for the door. We burst into the hallway, shut the door but quickly behind us, then attempt a casual walk back into the lobby. The casual walk turns out to be a pitiful swagger. We swagger back. Wonderful. And thankfully there's no one in the lobby to see us. After a few minutes, Aki rejoins us. So, find anything? I show her and Naoki the papers I discovered. These numbers are pretty recent. I see a lot of references to other companies, but I'm not sure what they mean. Likewise, Aki and Naoki both furrow their brows in concentration as they examine the papers. Are they stocks? What are they? Despite their wildly different personalities, they still reflect each other's actions. Finally, Aki sighs and hands the papers back to me. I've got nothing. I take the pages back from her and roll them up again. Maybe someone else can tell me what they mean. It'd be a fucking insult if I just asked Kevin, wouldn't it? Hey Kevin, what are these? Alright, let's talk to you. Find out what these papers are. Boosh. Detective Gursky takes the sheets from me and pages through them carefully. With each page he reads, his eyes widen. Remember, this is the stuff we found from the box and not the stuff I just got. He was told to destroy all of this. What is it? Old research. Very old research that certain people in the government want to pretend never happened. How do you know this? Is it because you used to work for the government? It's a long story, good. Used to work for the government. Gotcha. It's not like I have anywhere to be. He sighs. Let's put it this way. A few years ago, I stumbled upon a lot of things I wasn't supposed to. Specifically, an old experiment William Orton was involved in. I got in a lot of trouble for what I saw. I was supposed to be erased from the system entirely, but I was given a second chance. Transferred to Edgewater and to stop the twins who were running around the city causing trouble. Well, that sounds a lot harder than it actually is. And you have managed to, like, soothe them to a certain extent, right? They figured if they stuck me here, I'd be out of my way and I'd have my hands full with the twins. I didn't think they'd expect me to catch them so soon. Right. Okay. Not quite sound logic. So you're the one who called Aki and Naoki. I was Aki's arresting officer, yes. We technically never caught Naoki. He got away? No, he was never caught actually doing something illegal, that's going to be it. I'm having trouble thinking of Naoki as the sort of guy who could run from the law for very long. Aki went down fighting so that he could escape. We spent 3 days looking for him and not a thing. Then, less than an hour after she'd cut a deal, he showed up on our doorstep to turn himself in. Like magic. I thought she said her range wasn't very good. Alright, he scowls. Part of me suspects that she planned it all in advance. It turns out that Mr. Orton's going to cut him from his will. Well then, that's an interesting turn of events. Do you know why? One too many run-ins with the law, it seems. The big one, apparently, was him getting involved in dogfighting. Detective Gursky grimaces. That would do it. Am I to assume that Mr. Orton never actually got around to making his all-important change in his will? Did he forget, or did he deliberately forget, though? Completely different. Yeah, Sophia said that the lawyer was going to come by next week. Great. He seems to care a little much about that, but alright, talk to you later. Alright, so that pretty much got us no sort of information. Oh god. Can you leave? I want to speak to Lee May and see if she's got any information. Hey, Dave, right? Liam approaches me as soon as I enter the hallway. Huh? Yeah, what's up? He runs his fingers through his hair and yawns. Just wondering if you're on good terms with that police dude. I wouldn't really say that I am. Well, that sucks. He shoves his hands in his pockets. I told him I wanted to go, and he was all like, I can't leave because uncle or something or other. Dead, you mean? Liam stares at me as if I've just placed an octopus atop of my head. That's not a stare. That's a stare which says, Mother hasn't left you any money to eat tonight. Or, you've got to go get a job. Not a, ah! That's what that stare is. What are you talking about? Mr. Orton is dead. He just died. Wow, way to break it to him nicely. Did Aki even tell him any of this when she was speaking with him? Liam's eyes dilate as he processes my statement. Wait, so that means... Yeah, he gets the money. His eyes light up as a self-satisfied smirk spreads across his face. Well, there's irony for you. What's so ironic about it? Oh, come on, what isn't ironic about it? The man makes artificial hearts for a living, then his own ticker fails on him. I purse my lips in an attempt to keep my voice calm. You don't seem that cut up about it. Why should I be? He was due for it soon enough with the way he was drinking. Heart attack, right? Yeah, it was probably a heart attack. No, it looks more like he was murdered. No, let's tell him it was murdered. I'm not sure why, but I think we should. No, it looks more like he was murdered. Again, Liam takes a few seconds to process my statement. When it finally registers, his face twists into an expression of fear. Murdered? Liam begins pacing back and forth, muttering to himself under his breath as he does. No, definitely no, she said I had more time, why? He finally turns back to me and grabs my shoulders. Are you sure it was murder? Well, we won't be able to say for sure until the autopsy, but yeah, pretty sure. No, this is not good, not good. Okay, so it's a she. We know that much. I'm going to have to go for the person who the journalist was. He glances back and forth as if he's expecting to see something leap out into the shadows and take him. I need to think. He dashes off down the hallway. Liam, wait! I take off after him and arrive from the main entrance just in time to see him race up the stairs. I follow him up the steps, but he's already disappeared by the time I get there. He can go into doors you can't. Speak to Gursky. No, we can't. Okay. Can we examine the room yet? Can we not go in there? Maybe? No? What does that mean? Oh yeah, no, dust settles it. Alright, so we can't. Alright, so he's run away. Let's speak to Lee May and see if she can say anything yet. She's going to be instrumental somehow. She can't be silent forever. Alright, what should we do? Let's avoid Kevin for now. Let's... Oh, Naraki's buggered off. What should I talk? Oh my god, that's quite a lot of things. Newspapers lying around. They're about other companies, I think. What exactly are they? Let's ask him that, first of all. That's an odd question. Is there any reason you want to know? We think it might be related to the murder. I just happened to see it and I was wondering. Might have been her. Boosh. Well, it hardly seems like a pertinent question, but if I must satisfy your curiosity, Mr. Orton always purchased his own drinks. He never accepted gifts of any sort from other people. So basically, no one gave Mr. Orton his cognac. Balls. Still, it's always going to be too easy, wasn't it? Still, anyone watching his habits could have poisoned it before it even arrived here. Maybe it was snuck in somehow. Back to square one. Brilliant. Alright, let's speak to her about more things. Boosh. Let's see if she lies or not. Sophia places her hands on her hips and gives me a sharp glare. Has someone been talking to you about my husband? Liam told me about it. I was just asking. Let's say Liam told me about it, because no one cares. That boy! Sophia's expression tightens for a brief moment, but it doesn't take long for her to regain her composure. Yes, my husband's heart is failing, and Orton Engineering is the only company with the technology to keep him alive. Mr. Orton allowed my husband preferential treatment in exchange for my services. I may not receive a paycheck, but I value my husband's well-being even more. She clasps her hands together and straightens her back. No, please do not pry any further into my private life. Right. Should I ask about those papers? No, let's see something else first. Sadly, I could name several. Mr. Orton wasn't a very popular man in the business world. His most recent project stepped on a lot of toes, and that would be organ replication. Alright. So she's about to go, classified information. What? Orton Engineering is concerned mostly with mechanical organs, like artificial hearts or lungs. But lately, Mr. Orton has been finding a new way to grow organs from living tissues. The process involves taking a tissue sample from the patient and using it to recreate the organ they need to be replaced. Doesn't make too much sense. It ensures compatibility and it allows for replacement of things impossible to substitute with mechanics, for instance, bone marrow. The end goal is able to recreate any and all parts of the human body when necessary. That sounds pretty sketchy. Well, under certain circumstances it is. Of course, technicalities aside, the ethics of such research, well, there are obvious protests, demonstrations, and death threats. Especially, I mean, even if you look at Deus Ex Human Revolution and look at something like that, there are people like, hey, pro-life, we don't want our bodies to be improved, pro-life. Fuck off. You'd do it as soon as you got money for it. Hang on, why didn't you mention this before? I didn't think it was important. Oh, wow. Are you kidding? He received death threats and now he's dead? You seriously don't see the connection? But none of them seem like serious concerns. Besides, Mr. Orton received death threats a lot for his work. I didn't think this would be any different. Oh really? Why would people threaten to kill him? He saved a lot of lives with his work, but people have died because of him too. Once in a while, one of the organs built by Orton Engineering malfunctions and someone dies as a result. It's not a common occurrence by any means, but they are tragic. Mr. Orton often receives the full hatred of the victim's family. And of course, it's very expensive to get a replacement organ. People have gone into debt over them, and that brings about much hatred as well. Yeah, alright, it's starting to become more evident why Mr. Autumn doesn't like living around people. If that many people hated him, I'd probably lock myself up too. But he did have a lot of money. A lot of money. You'd think that with all the lives he's saved, people wouldn't hate him so much. It's not really as simple as that. It's possible to do good things with bad intention. Whoa, she looks angry. So she doesn't like Mr. Autumn. I thought she was really distraught about Mr. Autumn's death, but looking at her now, she definitely seems to be harbouring anger towards him. Huh. Well, the mystery certainly deepens.